July 4th. We went out. I had wanted to go down to the World Trade Center, so we did. Couldn't get close enough to it, so we drove down Broadway to Barclay Street. And when we left up deserted Washington Street, not exactly deserted, but torn down, the whole north-south street of it, just lots, and the most interesting thing about the WTC was the rest on all of the materials. We saw a pile of stones somebody had carefully cut out on Washington Street, and one building was being moved. It was raised on a platform. Further up on continuation of Washington, there were a few streets lined with trailers without cabs. They said Dart C and ACLA, and it was late afternoon. We drove around and found a street lined with some kind of unusual tree, an uptown-type street with two-story houses, gas lamps, and iron. I think we were looking for a place to eat something, and we had all of our equipment with us just in case. I think we ate in the Pink Teacup, ham and greens, corned beef, or something like that. Then we went to a few bars on Lower 6th Ave to check out the sound. We walked into one place where we had met J&K once, but the TV was on. We recorded a lot in Mimeo's, which is a really loud place, and had a few beers, and it sounded good, even though the two TVs were on, because there were so many people in there. There was a whole scene with a few drunken middle-aged couples. We also went to Tony's, which was empty, but we shot a game of pool, 2 games. We heard some really spectacular firecrackers while we were driving around, and we thought they might be good for the explosion. I can't remember if we went home in between, or just on back to the West Village listening for the loudest explosions, and wound up at the Morton Street Pier where, walking out, I met Lee Crabtree, who I hadn't seen in a long time. The sun was setting, and there we were with a lot of people and firecrackers at the pier. We found some guys with a station wagon full of rockets and explosives, and I saw a guy walking along the edge of the pier with some kind of walking stick and a pair of headphones on that must have had a radio in them. And a couple of ships went by and flares continuously going off. Finally, the guys with the station wagon agreed to set off some of the big stuff for us to record. They acted like lunatics. We got a few incredible explosions, watched some more flares, and when they left, so we did too. By this time, the city looked some pretty strange colors. When we got home, we listened to the explosions, and they all sounded too far away. We had some cherry bombs of our own we had gotten in Wisconsin somewhere. A guy told us they used these to fish with. Just explode one in the water, and all the dead fish come floating to the top, and there's your dinner. So we exploded a few in the parking lot across the street and recorded them. The echoes were incredible, and some of the people in lofts down the street started to applaud for each one. A lot of them fizzled after they were lit, and we didn't have many, so we had to feel around in the dark for them, thinking they might explode anyway, and relight them. We used all of our cherry bombs, and the recording sounded okay, and later they couldn't be used at all.
If you've enjoyed these programs, please consider giving a contribution to Poets House. For more than 30 years, they've kept the door wide open to everyone for the joy of poetry. Recently, they have temporarily had to shut the door and are reeling from the financial implications. Please give, even a small donation if you can. Thank you.